Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a very serious episode that I want you guys to stick around for, so make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel anyway. Let me get into this topic here. As y'all are fully aware, Kobe Bryant is my favorite basketball player of all time. He's my favorite basketball player. But we rarely produce Kobe Bryant videos on this channel, and the reason is because we don't want to be total fanboys where we're trying to force feed our audience information that we particularly like. I like Kobe, right? But I don't feel like it's my job here to be trying to convince people. That's not really what it is. I just like him, but I don't think I need to always be talking about him. But in my opinion, Kobe Bryant is by far, let me say it again, by far the most disrespected top 10 NBA player in NBA history, and I don't even think it's close. I don't even think it's up for debate, if we're being honest. I have had to listen to silly argument after silly argument by other voices basically trying to tell me why Kobe Bryant isn't so great or why he isn't as great as I think he is and a lot of his fans think he is. But yesterday, what I heard on Undisputed was maddening as it pertained to Kobe Bryant. Yesterday, they were reacting on Undisputed to some comments that Grant Hill made on the JJ Redick podcast in regards to LeBron James. To basically summarize what Grant Hill said, he said, no one has faced the level of vitriol and slander that LeBron James has faced in the NBA or in NBA history. So that was the backdrop of what they were discussing. And then Shannon Sharpe went on to say something that left me totally floored. So for those of you who missed what Shannon Sharpe had to say yesterday about Kobe Bryant and LeBron James, take a listen to what he had to say here, and I'm going to come back and react to it. Take a listen to that.
But here's the thing, Skip. You said that the reason why you have to do what you have to do is because someone says that someone is better than Michael Jordan. That's something Michael Jordan never had to face. See, Michael Jordan never had a comparable comparison. Nobody ever tried to say, well, this guy's the GOAT, and this is what Michael Jordan is chasing. They gave him an opportunity to become Michael Jordan unfettered. But the moment LeBron James started being great, what do? What's the no knock? He ain't Jordan. He ain't go 6-0. He ain't average 30. He just wins 10 scoring titles. That's what you do to knock him. Something Michael Jordan never had to endure. That's what Grant Hill, that's what I've been saying. What he's having to endure, Michael Jordan never had to go through. So in other words, Michael Jordan, can you imagine with the social media era, with Michael Jordan going to Vegas, with going to Atlantic City, and some of the off the field, some of the off the court issues? Can you imagine the spotlight Jordan would be up under if he had to go through with GOAT James? Come on, Skip. It's a different era. See, back then, guys would keep things hush-hush. People didn't try to put your business in the street. They looked at every turn. If they saw something, they turned the other way. They respected your privacy. They respected you as being great. And they never want. Now, everybody is looking for that. I want to be the one to bring the house of cards down. I want to be that guy.
Well, is it a house of cards?
No, I'm just saying, Skip. Everybody wants you to be successful until you become successful. Everybody was cheering for the kid. He's 16, a single mom, had him when she was 15 or 16 years of age. Everybody was applauding that. But the moment he became what they wanted him to become, now let me tear you down. Let me find something wrong with your game. Let me find something wrong in your life so I can put you in a place because I think you got too high. The guy's a billionaire. I didn't even bring that up. All the things that the man has done.
So is Jordan, but go ahead.
He didn't do it while he was playing.
No, he did not.
And that's what I'm saying, Skip. Look, and that has nothing to do with this. I don't think him having $1 billion, being worth $1 billion, has anything to do with the vitriol. I think it has to do with this. No player has ever received the criticism. Kobe didn't get the criticism. Kobe did everything like Michael. He chewed gum. He walked like him. He put the sleeve on his. He put the wristband up on his sleeve. He had the thing on his calf. He walked like Jordan. You talk about the power toss. Name a mannerism that Michael Jordan didn't do that Kobe didn't do, and Kobe never received the vitriol.
He actually tried to be Michael. He tried to be.
And Kobe never got the vitriol Michael Jordan, LeBron did. No player, Skip, no professional athlete has had to endure more in the scrutiny, the scorn, than what LeBron James has had to do.
You heard him say, no one faced the level of vitriol that LeBron James faced. Not even Kobe Bryant. To me, that was the biggest bunch of BS. And I'm sorry, I like Shannon Sharpe, but that was a bunch of BS that I've heard this year. So what I did was this. You see, when these people say these things, what they will never do is provide concrete examples. They will never do that. All they do is talk in generalities. Oh, he's this. He's the most. You ask him, can you give us an example? No, but he's just scrutinized because he's talked about on Twitter. Like, there's no concrete evidence. So what did I do? I said, you know what? Let me do some research of the top sports publications, and let me see where the top sports publications have LeBron James ranked in NBA history all time. And these are websites that get millions of viewers per month, tens of millions of readers, every single year. So I did some research and I was quite astonished to see this. So let me just pull up some of these articles here. Complex.com. They have LeBron James ranked as the number 2 greatest player of all time. ESPN has LeBron James ranked as the number 2 greatest player of all time. Bleacher Report has LeBron James ranked as the number 2 greatest player of all time. Hoops Hype has LeBron James ranked as the number 2 player of all time. CBS Sports has LeBron James ranked. Do I need to continue? These are the top sports publication, news websites. And they all have LeBron at least in the top 5. And all of these websites I just gave you have in the top 2. So when they're talking about this slander, I don't know where it's coming from. Those are just the websites. Let's get into the personalities. Let me list the media personalities on the major platforms that have LeBron at least in their top 5 all time. Let me list the personalities. Chris Broussard has him in the top 5. Shannon Sharpe, obviously. Kendrick Perkins, Jay Williams, Marcellus Wiley, Emmanuel Acho, Nick Wright, Stephen A. Smith, Jalen Rose. Do I need to continue? I'm running out of fingers. I need to start using my toes. I just gave you 2 concrete examples of major media platforms and voices that have been championing LeBron James over the last 15 years or so. So when you're talking about the hate, please, who are you referring to? Now let me get to Kobe Bryant. Kobe was a different type of cat from LeBron. LeBron and his supporters, I gotta say, because it's the bloody truth. Disagree if you like, but I gotta say it, are masters at playing victims. They are the masters of it, of being victims. All they do is talk about the slander, all of this, but every day you turn on the TV or you turn on your computer, you're seeing all of these glowing articles about him. Every day you turn on the TV, one guy is telling you why he should be top 5, all he's being is heralded. To them, scrutiny means something that is not positive. If it's not always positive, it's scrutiny. For them, all you have to do is say nice things about him. That's all. If you, Stephen A. Smith gave the example, just to encapsulate the thinking of these people. Stephen A. Smith said he was having a conversation with Rich Paul, who's the agent of LeBron. And he said, I told him that LeBron is ranked number 2 all time. And Rich Paul told him that's disrespectful. To them, that's slander. Being ranked as the number 2 player of all time, to them, that is slander. That is disrespect. That's to them. These are the thinnest skin fans in sports. LeBron fans. Everything to them is is some type of what is it? Some type of disrespect or something. I can't even think of the word. Now let's get to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was criticized from the moment he walked into the NBA to about 2012, 2011. This is not up for discussion. It's not. Kobe Bryant was called a ball hog. He was called a snitch. He was called a selfish basketball player. He was called aloof. He was, they call him, he wasn't a personable person. He doesn't get along with people. He doesn't know how to get along with people. He wasn't black enough. Y'all act like you don't remember that because Kobe Bryant grew up in Italy, then moved to the United States. Y'all remember that. And he was also called a jerk. And Jeff Van Gundy called out the people in the media during a Lakers playoff game where he basically said, the only reason people hate on Kobe Bryant is because he doesn't have a bubbly attitude where he kisses up to everybody. So they find reasons to criticize him. That's what Jeff Van Gundy said. No one, including LeBron, received the level of hate that Kobe Bryant got. It's not even close, and it's stupid to say that he did. Let's move on to Colorado. Let's talk about Colorado. Y'all remember that? I believe, in my personal opinion, that case that Kobe Bryant had in Colorado cost him multiple regular season MVPs. In my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but it's my opinion. I believe that particular case costed him MVPs, and you saw it to this very day. Even to the guys passing. You had Gayle King up there. After the guy had just passed. And she was up there talking about the case that he won, by the way. Now, I'm not here to defend the case or not. The point I'm trying to make is LeBron never faced anything like this. Most of the scrutiny and the criticism that LeBron faced was all self-inflicted. 90% of it was all self-inflicted. All of it. The first big scrutiny that he got, apart from the regular one that every great player goes through, which is, when are you going to win? When are you going to win? It happened to Jordan. It happened to Kobe. It happened to all the great. It happened to Jan. It happens to everybody. It's not unique to LeBron. So if that's what you're talking about, you can miss me with it. You can miss me with it. LeBron started getting real criticism after he made the decision. That was the first one. The second one is when he came out and started calling himself the greatest player of all time. That's the second one. And of course, LeBron started picking up criticism the moment he started talking about politics. Well, let me tell you something. No one is exempt from criticism when you jump into the political arena. No one. No one is above it. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. It is the reason we do not discuss politics on this channel. It is extremely polarizing. We are a sports channel and we have tried to avoid all of that type of energy. When you step into the political arena, expect various people to have various views on your political views. It's par for the course. You cannot expect everyone to have the same political views as you. And you cannot complain when they have different views than you, because they can complain about your views. But to them, that is scrutiny. It is a joke. A total joke. He spoke about, but they didn't have to go through social media and blah, blah, blah. They didn't have to. First of all, let me say this. These people act like as if social media came around 5 years ago. Twitter has been around, newsflash, for 16 years. YouTube has been around for 17 years. Facebook has been around for 18 years, almost 2 decades. Kobe was a part of the social media wave. He was. So when they say this, it is extremely offensive to me, and I think is a joke. to draw that comparison. And he says he's been the most scrutinized. Are you joking? What are we talking about? Really? What's next? What y'all gonna say? He was more scrutinized than Ali? Or Jackie Robinson? What's next with you guys? What is the biggest victim card you can pull out? And the saddest part about all of this is this. For all of the criticism that Kobe Bryant received in his career, and it was plenty, I never once heard him complain about it. Not one time. Not one time. I never heard anybody come on TV with a box of tissue crying for Kobe Bryant. Not one time. Not one time. Kobe took it on the chin. And guess what he was able to do with all of that? Go watch the documentary Muse. This guy was putting up 40 a night while fighting for his freedom. That's Kobe. The most powerful gift that Kobe Bryant left to the sports world and the world in general, that will never be taken away by these haters and these bozos, is the mamba mentality. It is greater than any stat, any argument you have to make. That you cannot erase with any silly argument. He will be most remembered for that, which is the mamba mentality. And at the end of all of that scrutiny, he still was able to come up with a gift for his fans and the public. Don't ever compare Kobe Bryant and what he had to face to what LeBron had to face. Don't ever do it. It's not even close. LeBron came into the NBA with expectations. That is a fundamental difference than the type of scrutiny that Kobe Bryant received. LeBron had expectations, but guess what? He embraced them. He embraced them. He has the tattoos. He wears number 23. Nobody told him to do that. He did it. So you expect you're going to do all that and no one is supposed to have an opinion, except all they're supposed to do is say nice things about you? It is a joke to suggest that he had more slander than Kobe Bryant. You didn't need to say that. And I like Shannon. You didn't need to say that. You didn't need to say that. You didn't need to twerk it up that hard. But this is what Kobe and his fans experience. Total disrespect. To this day, you name me the Kobe Bryant apologist in media. Name them. Name them. In independent media, we are probably one of the few voices that champion Kobe, but we don't shove it down your throat and force feed it to you. To me, this was offensive. People can feel any way they want to feel about it. You can dislike the video, you can leave the channel, whatever. But to say that LeBron received more scrutiny and criticism and vitriol than Kobe Bryant, you must be living on the moon. You must have been living under a rock for the last 20 years. When they were burning LeBron's jersey, it wasn't because they just stood up and burned his jersey. They burned it because of the way he left them. That's why. They hated Kobe. Even after his passing, we did videos on him. We still had people coming up saying all type of nasty things in the comment section. So spare me with it. Kobe went through the fire and not one time complained.